I'm Milton Kane for the Christians for Community. In these days of move towards clean energy, we're seeing a move to remove the internal combustion engine off the road and replace it with electric vehicles. We are seeing the shutting down of power stations, coal-fired power stations, which have been supplying us with the backup power that we need for our homes, our businesses and our offices, and replacing it with a big battery. We're seeing solar panels being installed in the homes and other places, and at times a backup battery supplied as well. These batteries are a lithium rechargeable battery. And the question is, we need to ask ourselves, are these batteries safe? We're relying upon them for all of our future energy needs, it appears. They need to be incredibly safe if that's what we're going to rely upon. Well, we need to put the test out there. Lake Macquarie City Council has had 2 of their garbage trucks experience explosive fires because of people putting lithium rechargeable batteries in the garbage, and when they're being compacted, they've caught on fire. I know of a taxi at Newcastle West that was just sitting there, a hybrid taxi. The driver said there was a pop sound, and then there was smoke, and then there was fire, and that was the end of the taxi. These hybrid batteries that are used in the car, they are lithium based. Lithium products are not all that safe, it seems. I think we need to put a lot more scientific experimentations and testings on these batteries to make sure they are safe, particularly since we're going to depend upon them for all of our future energy needs. Sure, we will be able to get some power from the solar panels when the sun is shining sufficiently enough to generate that. Sure, we will get some power from the wind turbines and the wind blows. But there's going to be times when we will need to have that backup power. And it's going to be relied upon by what? A lithium-based battery. These lithium-based batteries, they apparently have a life expectancy at this present time of possibly 15 years. And then they're thrown away. Of course, they can be recycled. And that's the argument that many will use. But the question is, how good are we at recycling? Currently, lithium is recycled at less than 2% of what's thrown out. So we don't have a very good record. And mostly when we recycle a product, we send it offshore. We don't recycle it here. And there's a lot of wasted energy in transporting the waste to another place to be recycled. How do we get lithium in the first place? Well, it's a very dirty process to get it from a lithium-based ore. And that lithium needs to be combined with some cobalt and some other material to be able to make the battery. The whole process of that consumes a lot of energy. The whole process of that means there's a lot of carbon pollution potentially happening. When we have a look at it, sometimes the decisions about clean energy are not all that clean. Some of the people who are pushing hard for this new technology They are people who own the technology for the lithium-based batteries, own the technology for the electric vehicle, and even our solar panels that we get made. That's a very dirty process to make them. You take sand and you make glass to continue on the process. They again have a life expectancy of between 12 and 15 years. And if you don't keep them clean, they become very ineffective in the last years of their life. What happens to them at the end of the day? At the moment, virtually no recycling of them is happening. You see, we really do need to examine exactly what's happening. And Christians for Community, we're concerned about our environment, we're concerned about our world, we're concerned about truth. And they are the main things. If we have the truth of the technology, the truth of where it's all going, if we know the full facts, the full scientific discovery of facts about exactly how it works and how safe the products are, it's only then that we can be sure the path that we're going. It seems to me at this point of time, we need to have an inquiry to see how safe these batteries are and what can be done to make them safer. It is not good to have sitting in your garage a vehicle charging up overnight which could potentially cause an explosive fire. Over Christmas, there was a house that burned down in the Newcastle area. I understand from what the fire's report was, the people were charging lithium-based batteries. And there was an explosive fire that developed from it. These batteries can be okay for a long time and then suddenly a fault develops. That's the concern. That is the concern. These people lost their home and all that they had right smack on Christmas. We're not opposed to using electric vehicles. We're not opposed to using solar panels. We're not opposed to using wind turbines. But we are opposed to having something that isn't safe, that is potentially a fire risk. We want to make sure things are safe. Let us check out where we're going before we discard that which we already have. If you believe this is the right path, you need to vote for me, Milton Kane. When you go to the polls in New South Wales in March 2023, I will be on the upper house ticket. I'm running for the Legislative Council of New South Wales. I want to be the person to make sure that what we do is right, is just, is wholesome. Thank you.